During this cold, dark and quiet time of the year, we all crave the bright, lush and lively summer. But as the birds are returning, we can finally start preparing the garden to be colorful and full of life once again. First, some old remains of the past season need to leave to make room for the new. By putting them on a compost heap, they will nourish new growth later this year. Some things survived the cold temperatures. I dug out some carrots. Last year, I put up a small irrigation system, but I found they get in the way more than they help. It feels good to strip things back to the basics before the new season starts. Even though I drained the system, there was still water trapped inside. Maybe next time I will borrow the neighbor's air compressor to blow it all out. I noticed that sometime during the winter this tube must have burst, so I would have had to replace it anyway. The last thing to do was to remove the valve and the pressure reducer and add a blind cap. Which at first was quite a hassle. After removing the water lines, I still had some cleanup to do. Unfortunately, despite the previous owners telling us they had fixed the roof, I found it was still leaking. So I decided, for now, to put a plastic sheet on it to prevent further damage until the conditions are better for a proper fix. Since the temperatures were okay, I decided to take a look at our beehives. And I was more than happy to see that our ladies are well and healthy. I can't wait to see them roam the garden again, dancing from flower to flower. As the first drops of the forecasted rain started to fall, I decided to wrap up and leave the garden.